Bring it on. Whoops. I'm sorry. You know. Oops. I'm sorry. Sorry.
Hi, everyone.
Hi.
Welcome to the show. It's truly live.
Sometimes big fingers do not know how to hit the right button at the right time.
That's his story, and he's sticking with it.
It's certainly a shtick.
Hey, we're doing okay. How about you guys? Hope everybody's well. I don't want to hear anybody being sick out there. Oh, man, what a week.
That darn mic button gets me all the time. This is like the fourth time, I think.
They missed all my funny humor in the beginning, thanks to you.
Sorry.
It really wasn't all that, trust me. So, anyway, I am shuffling a deck here for the collective. I see we're getting a few more people. BBJ, I'll put you on the list, but I take them in order as they appeared in the chat. So you're a little ways down. I'll go over the list in just a minute. So hold your questions, everybody. When we get to you, we'll ask for them again. I will go over the list. Right now, I'm doing a card for the collective. Hey, is there any announcement you want to make while I'm shuffling?
Yes. My weekly installment of Oberon's Outlook on the Emotional Exchanges did just drop on YouTube. I didn't send my little reminder out through Twitter and Facebook on it, but I'm probably going to do that right after the show. So you can go to our YouTube channel and see that now. It has premiered as of this afternoon. And that's the weekly tarot and astrology kind of tarot forecast on people's emotional situations, what may be going on for them in the week ahead. We also recently dropped a couple of soul stories. That was over the weekend.
Was it this last weekend? It all seems so far away now. Here. Yes, we did. I told a story about my family's experiences with dreams and dreaming. And I also talked about my experiences, which seems very apropos with what's going on today in the year 1967 in Detroit. My kind of coming of age at age 10. Please check that video out. I encourage you. It's just a couple of life experiences that changed my life forever and how I view the world. That one. And the dreams and dreaming is just all about all the different meanings that dreams can have. And my family's covered a lot of them. So anyway, what do we have? Did you pull that upright or reversed?
It was upright.
Oh, my. Well, unfortunately, we have the Dry Desert card. But, you know, it may not be as bad as it sounds. By the way, this is my Colette Baron Reed's Enchanted Map Oracle cards. I like them. So basically, the dry desert is telling us we need to dig deep for inspiration and truth. Now is the time to become resilient and adaptable. Well, that is interesting. Is your life presenting you with opportunities that seem to yield nothing? Have your ideas dried up? Does it feel like you're on an endless journey through a dry, hot, lifeless desert? This card reminds you that there are times when you're meant to become resilient as you journey through harsher circumstances. You're being required to conserve your energy until after consistent effort, you reach the oasis you're searching for. Consider the creatures that live in these conditions. They have adapted to thrive in spite of the outer environment. In a desert, water is essential for life. It can be found deep underground. Go deep within yourself now. Find your truth there. Let spirit sustain you while you locate the real source. Whatever it is you're asking about will not be found in the conditions you're in until you move past the surface of things and choose to do the real work and discover the answers deep within you. This may not seem like the most productive time, but looks are deceiving. This is most important place to find yourself. This is a most important place to find what's truly right for you. And that's from Colette Baron Reed's Enchanted Map, just to get us started today. Hey, Mr. O, do you want to go over the decks we have before I mention the list?
Shirley. I know, don't call me Shirley. Okay, I brought out of my mothballs the... Whoops. I did that too. Technology, and it's not even Mercury retrograde. Oh, my Lord. Okay, so my first deck is the Tarot of the Ages, and this is an older deck, probably somewhere in the 80s, I think. I'm not exactly sure. I've had it for a long time. And that's the Two of Cups from that deck.
Two of Coins.
Coins, indeed. It is an old deck, isn't it? It's so old I can't read it or something.
One would almost think you worked a 9 to 5 today, like me, Mr. O.
Oh, stop it. Then I have Aleister Crowley's deck, which is controversial.
Hey,
Very old deck. It's probably decades ago this one was made, although it's printed constantly. I'm not sure how old my deck is. And that's the Lovers from that deck. It's very ceremonial indicated. And moving right along.
As she glares.
Boy, and you're so good at it. You're so good at it. And then I have Paul Hewson's Dame Fortune's Wheel. And that is the Queen of Coins.
Are you sure it's not the... Never mind. Alrighty then. I have the Everyday Witch Tarot by Deborah Blake and artwork by Elizabeth Alba. Beautiful, whimsical artwork in this deck. I love it. I should have showed the backs of that, but I did not. And on a more silhouette-y side, I have the... Oh my gosh, I forgot what it's called. By Christopher Butler. Oh no, I lost the box.
So, who's tired?
I did work today.
Oh, so you're tired is more legitimate.
I'll get back to people on that one. But it's a great deck. I love it for its simplicity. The artwork is fantastic. And this one is the beautiful, and wouldn't you know I have this card up, one of my favorites, the Ciro Marchetti Tarot of Dreams. That's not his most recent deck, but it's I think it's the second most previous deck he's done, I think. And finally, with the Lenormand that we draw for everybody, the Healing Light Lenormand. Another gorgeous deck.
Jenna, it appears we're actually just talking right now, and we're not ignoring you or anyone. We just were doing
Jenna, I didn't even go over the list yet.
Our normal patter that we do, so you're good.
Hey, I'm sorry I didn't acknowledge everybody who came in the chat because we had a problem with the sound in the beginning, so we were kind of keeping it rolling. But I got everybody down as far as I know, and feel free to chime in if I missed you. Somebody did that on Sunday, and I really appreciated that. So we got them where they belonged on the list. So this is what Oh, no problem, Jenna. We're all... Hey, it's Thursday. Hey, I'm just happy it's Thursday. So, Libra Cusp I had first on the list, and then Angel Mary, Aaliyah, Vanita, BB, Jenna, Melanin, and Patton. And did I miss anybody? Do you think I missed anybody, Mr. O? Because I think I got them all.
No, I think that's it.
Yeah, I think that's it.
We have a smallish...
Yeah, small but mighty, but rest assured, people will probably be coming in the middle. So we'll get this going, and we're going to start with Libra Cusp. Libra, you are up.
No, I did see you, but I was just letting her go on because she loves it when I interrupt her. So I've made it your fault now.
Oh, you are so funny. Are you ditching this?
Maybe.
Okay. It's a little complex.
Does it seem like it's taller than it was?
No,
does it seem normal height?
Well, sometimes we don't pull the thing all the way out like we should, perhaps.
When I used to use it like this, it was like that.
Well, anyway, good news. We're like about a week or two, literally, away from ordering a new computer, which we need desperately. So, but it's coming. I'm going to make some calls and get some information I need and place the order. And so it's a matter of time where hopefully things will be a lot smoother.
The new computer will allow us to do much better definition with our cameras. We have cameras that should be able to deliver better definition, but the system won't allow them because it's just too old. It won't get it.
Melanin, you are on the list, but you are towards the bottom. I'll go over it again before we get started. Yeah, so we're really excited about the computer. So Libra, did Libra give her question? Libra, you are up. And then
Libra cusp. I'm going to
Angel
type your
Mary,
name in.
Aaliyah, Vanita, BB, Jenna, Melanin, and Patton. That's the list as I have it. Pretty short right now, so everybody here can get a reading. Yes, it's going to be a MacBook, Patton. I would have it no other way. I know I don't know how you feel about that, but my son is kind of like, get a PC already, but I won't do it. Sorry if you're listening, Monster.
Well, some of the video work that I polish up before I put it on YouTube, I use the Mac's iMovie program. It helps me with the titling and some other effects. This will be an upgraded version of iMovie that I've heard is better, has more nice stuff, and is more powerful. So I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, we're excited. We're excited. We hope to still get a little life out of this old clunker.
Yeah.
But for other things, you know, we're going to do most of our streaming and everything on the new computer. So you can play your game on the old well, it's my game too.
I'm hoping that, you know, in the future I'll be freeing up more time and I'll be able to spend more time developing video work or other parts of the business that we're going to be expanding on. We're hoping to get our business expanded somewhere within our first year anniversary. So that'll be about 2 months.
Oh, I'm not getting a MacBook Air. I'm getting a MacBook Pro. And also, Patton, I am looking at my iPad right now. So I use one too. I just love, I mean, I shouldn't be, I'm not selling them, but I do love Macs. Yeah, I use PCs at work, of course, but I love me a Mac.
Well, it looks like we don't have Libra cusp.
Yes. Oh.
They may have had to exit. I don't see that they've responded. I've also typed their name in. So we'll put them at the bottom of our more or less short list.
If Sunny will let me. By the way, for everybody who doesn't know, meet Sunny the cat.
Deploying the cat cam.
Libra's at the bottom now. So, hey, Angel Mary, if you're with us, your question is now. And then after Angel Mary's, Aaliyah, Vanita, BB, Jenna, Melanin, Patton, and Libra cusp. Yeah, you know, I hear you on that, Patton. I know things are a little bit different. But I don't know. I just love working with apples.
So how would you handle Angel's question?
Let's see.
It sounds mostly like a standard yes or no.
Well, I think let's do the yes or no, because if it says no, there's nothing more to say about it. But if it's yes,
then we could do a little more
detail. We'll try it that way, Angel.
Okie dokie. So here we go. Yes, you should be able to get on the list, Sanjib.
Welcome. I'll get you on the list.
Excuse me.
Okay, Sanjib. Oh, hi, Nacy. We'll add you to the list as well. It's still fairly early, but you are at the bottom. Welcome, everybody. Happy Thursday. I don't know, you know, once you get over Wednesday, you see that weekend coming and it's like, woohoo.
Please don't trouble yourself about it, Jenna.
Jenna, we are easy. You know that. If we weren't, you know, we would like block or ban you or something, and we don't do that. Unless you're really out of line.
I'll quote vaguely Howard the Duck from some 1970s cartoon when he said, "I've been insulted by the best and you don't come close." And no, of course, it wasn't insulting. Of course not. So, okay, here we go with Angel's question. Angel Mary.
Oh. Almost there. Well, I will say this, Angel, it's leaning towards no. It's just making sure there. We have the Prince of Cups reversed, which is that the page, right, in this?
I believe so, yeah.
And then the Fool reversed. No, I don't think telepathic messages are getting through. And I'm wondering really if any message is getting through to this page of Prince of Cups reversed.
They may not be a psychic type. I'm not necessarily sure of that. The thing is that you call them your future, so I don't know if you actually do know that you know them already, but I see them having, I think you call them that. I see them having a business orientation of sorts. They may be looking at business as one of their priorities, or there's a project that they're doing that seems to be important to them. Now, if you are actually establishing a business of some sort, then that might be what that connection is.
Take care, Patton.
All right.
Okay, we've got your question, so we will post it.
Yeah.
You are, let's see, you are a little ways down the list, so probably sometime after the last half hour for sure, Patton. Well, I mean, you know, this first half hour, I meant to say.
If you want, I can bop it over on the email page or notification page for TFT, because I know sometimes you write me there, so I could do that as well.
Okay.
Either way. Okay.
Either way, we'll get your question answered.
Okay, so back to Mary Angel. I do think also it's leading towards no. It may, in fact, actually look to me like there's something that tells me that maybe there is a little bit of a contrast between their emotional nature and their materialistic nature. And in fact, maybe this is a person who doesn't really see themselves as psychic, intuitive, poetical, dreamy in that way. Or maybe that's yourself. I'm not really sure, but you said you were trying to, message them psychically.
Yeah, I'm not sure it's getting through. I'm not sure that it is.
We're going to pull one more card from our Lenormand.
Two cards from the Lenormand.
So hang on there for a moment. Okay, Patton, will do. And thank you for supporting us.
Well, keep hope alive, Angel Mary, either way. Here we've got the stars. And we have the clover. And I think, you know what? It's one of these things. If it's fated and it's meant to be, then it's going to be meant to be. The clover is kind of a card of luck and fate, and the stars are one of hope. And so I would not give up, but maybe change your approach. Maybe the telepathic messages are not the way to go. But definitely, keep hopeful and pursue this further if you would like.
Well, I mostly agree with Banshee on that respect, that I agree with her about the luck and fateful things, like maybe you have an indication that fatefully somehow this is coming to you because you're projecting this out. But I think of this too as just a moment in time, and that it may just be that I wouldn't want to dissuade you from your attempts at doing that. I myself project a lot of things from an energy point of view, not necessarily a person, but just to the universe. When people meditate, they do that, things like that. So I don't think that's necessarily a practice you should just continue.
Right, you know, so, but just know that it may not be getting through, but what you are doing, you know, is maybe setting your will and your intention out to the universe that you want this to be your future husband. And there's nothing wrong with that. You know, when it comes to manipulating or anything like that, the energies, then there's a problem. So, it's nice to signal intent in a more physical way, or, that way. But just be sure you know that you're not pushing the envelope too much. And again, this is very hopeful. This is a card of hope and dreams. And like I said, the card is fate here. If it's fate, I think it's going to happen for you. This is a very positive, lucky card. So hang in there. Hang in there.
So that's what we have.
That's what we have for you today. And hey, Aaliyah, you are up. And after Aaliyah will be Vanita, Bibi, Jenna, Melanin, Patton will answer his question quickly, Libra Cusp, Sanjib, and Nacy.
And you're welcome, Angel Mary. Thanks for dropping in.
Yeah, vultures are probably not a good omen, Nacy. They're just, they're kind of birds of, they eat dead things, and you. So, they're not the greatest of omens. I just answered it. I don't know what else to say other than that. They're harbingers of maybe bad news.
That's interesting, yeah. In some traditions, they're considered that which takes away things, because, of course, in some countries, they actually leave things for vultures to eat. I'm just going to say that. That's all I'm going to say.
Okay, Aaliyah, do you want us to... Hey, Laura, welcome, welcome. How are you?
Hi, Laura.
Leah, would you like us to just give an overview of what we see in the relationship right now, then?
Yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. That's what I kind of
that's how we're going to
understood
handle it.
So I'm going to let you shuffle now. No, Vernita, you're not skipped.
I'll go over the list again after Aaliyah. Were you saying Vanita? Vanita, you are next. So
you're next after the one we're on now. That's the thing about birds, though, is a lot of times when we see them, they can be an omen. On the other hand, if it becomes too routine 24/7, then maybe we wouldn't want to think that it was that. It's just some other situation happening, like it's lost or it's wounded or something like that. So we have 3 cards for Aaliyah, and we have, I'm going to show them. We have the 7 of Swords. That one's upright. We have the Lovers reversed. And then we have yes, it's the 5. The 5 of Cups.
Okay.
Reversed. And did you want to go ahead then? Or
the 5 of Cups was reversed?
No, I guess it wasn't, was it?
I'm asking you because you're the one who picked it up, so I don't know.
Well, it's almost the same either way. Not exactly, but no, I guess it wasn't.
Okay. So basically, the 7 here is telling me something is not right. You know, the 7 of Swords. I can see some aggressiveness. I can see some Not good behavior. You know, maybe even sneaky behavior to some extent. Definitely behavior that is not healthy. And the Lovers reverse, let's throw that into the mix. I mean, obviously, I think this behavior is resulting in a very unbalance in a relationship.
It may be that she is or has been or secretly is considering changing the relationship, ending it, resolving it in some way.
Or that somebody is, because then we have the Five of Cups. Well, the Five of Cups is upright, and it basically, you know, people are looking disappointedly at what they have and what they've lost. They feel like they've lost something in a way. You know, whether it's their freedom, whether it's the relationship they thought they had, there's some disappointment.
It's like a person who likes to blame everybody else. I think that's why they're abusing her. They're always looking for a new victim, I think, and or they don't. They have a really kind of negative attitude about themselves and about the world, and so I think they are clearly a potential problem. We're not qualified to give legal, medical,
or
etc.
marital advice.
Behavioral. We just tell you what we see, but we think your impressions are good. That
something
and
is not right.
And what your friend has told you. If your friend has told you anything, it may be that maybe your friend possibly needs an intervention. I don't know, because you actually didn't indicate that they know that. So,
Hang on just a minute, Vanita. Oh, okay. Got your question there, but we'll get to you in a minute, Vanita.
So that's what our tarot shows you, Aliyah, and so I think you're right about that. Your suspicions seem to be right.
Yeah, I definitely think you're right about that, Aliyah. Let me throw some Lenormand. Well, this is the dog. And then I've got the mountains. I know the sun is starting to peek over the mountains, but of course you have to climb the mountains to get there. And so basically, to me, this is showing you do have a friend with some serious obstacles or struggles going on, you know?
I'm going to take it from my own point of view and just say that I think that I can't get these cards right. You yourself are the good, loyal friend who will try to help them, and that you realize that, of course, it will be, you know, quite a lot of obstacles. But your friend, too, that card goes for them, too, that they really have a lot of things that they're going to have to do.
Yeah, so that's a cautionary tale, I guess, for you, Aliyah, and your friends. So hang in there. Oh, hey, Terry, I'll add you to the list. I'll go over the list in a minute. Do not ask your question yet, because it's going to be a while till we get to you. So that's what we have for you, Aliyah. I hope that helps. We already have Vanita's question. No, we've got it, Vanita. We'll do it. Hello, how are you? Let's see. May I ask a question? Will I get the grades I desire? So you want to know if you're going to get the grades you desire. Okay, let me pull out a deck for that.
You're welcome, Aliyah.
Okay, I think this is a yes-no question. Shuffle. Okay, I'll go over the list right now while he's shuffling. After Vanita is BB, Jenna, Melanin, Patton, Libra Cusp, Sanjib, Nacy, Laura, Violet Ann, and Terry. And we should get to everybody tonight.
All right.
Okay, hi YOLO. We'll get you on the list. You're going to be down a little ways. I'll go over the list after this reading. Well, it's leaning towards no, but it's such a, I mean, on the most part, it's fairly happy. So what I'm guessing here, I've got the Ten of Cups upright. I've got the Ace of Pentacles upright, which is a pretty good thing for a student. And I've got the King of Wands reversed. So I'm guessing here you probably have taken more than one class. And I'm thinking to myself, there may be one class where you're going to be a little bit disappointed. I just have a feeling it's one from looking at this, because really, the Ten of Cups is such a positive card. You're going to have a lot to feel good about. What would you say?
Right. I think the idea is really good here for that. I am thinking that maybe that one there does represent something not quite to your pleasure, but it doesn't mean it'll be horrible. But I'm thinking that maybe, like Banshee's thinking, is that maybe there's one particular instructor that maybe you just don't feel you come across to them, or that you feel there's a temperament or a personality issue between you. That happens with them, I guess, a little bit.
Yeah.
But I think it's mostly okay. I think you're going to get the grades you want, with maybe a minor exception, hopefully.
Or the other thing I would just say about that instructor is that maybe they just felt your work fell a little bit short of their expectations.
Yeah.
For right or wrong, you know, it seems like, and in some ways, because it's reversed, I would think that, yeah, you're going to feel like it was a little unfair or not quite right. But I don't think it looks bad at all for you, really. I don't think it's anything to feel bad about. Let me do the Lenormand and see what that adds to this.
Okay, interesting. Thank you. Mostly really good, though, is what it looks like.
Well, there's the mice. And there's the ship.
Oh.
Now, the ship is often about travel and movement, and the mice is about less travel and movement. But I get the feeling that because of the way these cards fall, that this is, again, it's like shifting and changing. So maybe you felt a little restricted or hemmed in by some of these classes, and it's about to change and get better for you. I think you're going to be moving on. You're going to be moving on from that, you know, and you're going to be moving on from the disappointment of the one class. You'll have to let us know how this turns out. I'll be curious.
I am curious, too, because I get the feeling, too, like maybe you kind of know about this, and that there was one class you yourself maybe just didn't feel totally confident about. You thought like maybe you could, but maybe some part of you doesn't feel totally confident, so perhaps that's why you're asking. But in general, I think it's what Banshee says, though. You're moving on because it's pretty good regardless.
Yeah.
I hope that's so let us know.
I hope it's true. Keep us posted, Vanita. Okay, hey, we are on BB. You are up. It's your turn.
You're welcome, Vanita.
You're very welcome, Vanita. Good luck with that.
Good luck.
And let us know. Okay, BB, you are up. And then Jenna, Melanin, Patton, Libra, Sanjib, Nacy, Laura, Violet Ann, Terry, and YOLO. We will get you all done. We will get you all in tonight.
All right.
Alrighty.
And every day on Facebook and Twitter, we put a tarot card for the day, so you can check that out. Facebook is TFT Tarot for today, and Twitter is also at TFT Tarot #4 today, and you can get our daily tarot reading there.
Second call for BB. Are you with us?
And I'm going to go ahead and put BB's name in. And we also do a monthly horoscopic tarot reading called the Monthly Modality Message. and those are on usually as the sun moves into the next sun sign. So we just did the one for the sun moving into Gemini, and that was right around the 19th. So the next one will be as the sun moves into Cancer.
Cancer, that's right, because we're
June
in Gemini
21st
already.
So, yes.
Yep.
You were going to say something, dear?
I was going to let Jenna know to hang in there a minute.
No.
BB has not responded, and so we're going to move on, which means, dun, 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 Jenna, it's your turn. You are up. And after Jenna is Melanin, Patton, Libra, Sanjib, Nacy, Laura, Violet Ann, Terry, Yolo, and then BB. We'll put BB on the bottom of the list, and hopefully they will be there.
Okay, Jenna.
Type the old question in.
And I guess I'll switch to another deck.
General reading for June. Okay.
Use that Tarot of the Ages.
I'm going to get out my...
Here you go. Banshee.
Okay. Common. Well, look at that. The cat's giving me the edge of the table.
You are welcome. What's that?
The cat's giving me room to shuffle today.
That was so nice of him.
I know. Okay. Okay, Jenna.
The general reading for June for Jenna. So you have 3 cards, which we will explain to you. The first one is the Devil.
Upright.
Upright. The second one is the 4 of Cups.
No.
That's reversed. Coins. My mind is imagining what I'm seeing there. No, it's true, because they're called coins in this deck, not
You know, they're real shiny and they're kind of indented like plates, and it looks like a cup in a way. I getcha.
I think glasses don't help, Mr.
Hey, I'm trying to work it for you, okay?
6 of Batons reversed.
6 of Wands reversed. Well, Jenna, I know
some are good, some are bad.
Well, they're
not so bad.
They're not all great. I'm just going to be frank. So it's not like the end of the world, though,
Frank,
Jenna.
I thought you were Banshee.
It is not like the end of the world, though, Jenna. You know, the Devil just indicates to me, like all of us now when we've been in quarantine and stuff, you know, you might have acquired some bad habits along the way. Maybe you're overeating. Maybe you're not getting enough exercise. Maybe you're not doing, you know, maybe you're feeling a little lackluster. So the thing is that, you know, you got to mind yourself and mind your body and take care of yourself during this time. So I think next month, focus on you and focus on eliminating any bad habits that might be holding you back. What do you say?
I think I agree with that kind of in the level, too, is that you may also be thinking, too, just about the things that you feel limit you. And what you'll find is if you think about that enough, that most of those things are like what Banshee says, perhaps their habits or their attitudes. And so you'll liberate yourself better if you just kind of do a mental review and just think about the ways you address problems or the way you solve problems or the way you interact with certain people versus other people. And I think you'll just learn that there are certain things you can do to make yourself a better person, because I think the 4 of Coins is leading to that. This 4 of Coins shows you're starting to show the signs in June of being a more generous person. It's not necessarily in a financial way. It could just be that you're going to be able to offer your own advice or other things to people.
Yeah, it seems as though, and also maybe some, it's kind of does fall in line with the devil here because I'm thinking some of these habits or attitudes, like he's saying, that you might have been holding on to or, indulging in, you're going to be able to let go of them, because the Four of Coins is also about release a little bit because and so like he said, generosity instead of holding tight to your resources, so or your time. So I think you're going to let those things go and you're going to open yourself up to be a more giving person in the process. And the Six of Wands reversed, you're just going to find June to be a slow, sluggish month for you, Jenna. Not a lot of progress forward is going to be made. It's going to be kind of status quo.
You took the words out of my mouth. Status quo. Nothing really bad's going to happen, but nothing really great's going to happen. You're kind of just going to go through your job and some other things, and that's, you'll be okay with that. You'll get through the month, and you'll have time to think about what you want to do the following month.
And you'll also have time to, work on yourself, which is kind of what's indicated with the first two cards. So I think that's what you can expect June to be about.
I actually think that anyone or someone is probably out of the picture as we move into June, or else maybe that's the habit, the attitude that you'll be working on getting rid of.
Okay, we'll do some Lenormand for you. And MM, welcome. Hi there.
Oh, hi, MM. Happy to see you too.
I'll go over the list in a minute for everybody. Well, this is interesting, but this is the dog here, and then we have the tree. The dog is often about friends or companions or people close to you. I always think of relatives, can be your friend. So I'm almost wondering if this isn't family or something, and that there might be, a little concern or actually maybe some positive news about their health. Because if anybody in your social circle has been sick, I think they're going to recover. I think things are going to be okay because the tree is there, and I think it's in a positive sense.
I don't know why, but I keep wanting to make a bad joke about a dog pissing on a tree. But anyway, I'll take that analogy and just say that this is also about you claiming your space, marking your territory. It's really about the loyalty that goes further, that grows into something stronger.
Mm-hmm. Well, it could be maybe even a coworker. It could be somebody, maybe it's something, I'm just going to speculate here. It could be something like somebody telling you, oh, I got a test for the virus and I don't have it, or something like that, It's just going to be some good news, I think, related to somebody's health. And like I said, it could even be a relative. You may hear this. And remember, it's not June yet, Jenna, so you don't know anybody's sick now. But that doesn't mean in June, that this won't come up. So that's what we have for you.
Hello, Sunman.
And we're moving on to Melanin. Hey, Melanin, thank you for joining us. You are up. And then Patton, Libra, Sanjib, Nacy, Laura, Violet Ann, Terry, Yolo, BB if they've returned, and Am.
You're very welcome.
Okay, more physically attractive as you get older. Let's ask a yes/no on that, I guess.
Okay, do you
want to
deck?
just throw? Yeah.
Sure.
Oh, I'll do these. It's fine. Sunny sun.
Yeah, I get it.
Oh.
This is the Sun Man who always has a baby face for me.
That's our baby face cat, who we adore. All right, let me get you to shuffle and cut.
Oh, this is that shadow deck, right?
Yep.
With the thick,
Well,
thick
silhouette
cards.
deck.
Silhouette. Oh, his kitten days are long gone.
He is 6 years old this year. We have 3 cats. They're all siblings. We got at a shelter. A shelter, well, it was like an event, you know, a empty the shelters event.
Maybe you meant you didn't love him because you sense he's not a kitten.
What? Oh, you are getting weird today.
I know, I am weird.
Well, it's leaning towards yes, Melanin, and you've got 2 aces. One is reversed, but you got the Ace of Pentacles, the Ace of Swords. That just means probably yes, things are going to change. And look at this. We have the Queen of Pentacles. And in a sense, being that, you know, she is an earth, you know, she is earth-based, earth sign. Earth is all about physicality, you know, so we could take looks into account there as well.
Yeah, the Queen of Pentacles represents, in this context, in this question, an extremely attractive person or woman, somebody who literally embodies all of the best sensual elements of a garden.
That's right, because it's very earth-based,
It's
earthy.
earth-based. So I would say this is leaning towards yes, and that, you know, over time you will still mature and become an earth goddess.
And it's interesting we pulled the Queen card for you because, you know, the Queen is a mature woman.
That's true too. So we do a secondary pull with an oracle deck called the Lenormand. So Banshee's going to do that right now.
Well, this may be besides the beauty thing. You are going to get some news, a letter that may be about, you know, it may cause some problems for you. There may be something that you have to straighten out here. I really don't believe this has to do with this reading here specifically. I think this is more like just came up because you need to know this. Melanin, I just don't see the tie-in here. Maybe Mr. O does, but I just got a flash that this is telling me this is something you need to know. Some letter or some news that's going to be coming to you soon is, you know, going to cause you just a little bit of worry. You're going to have to work to straighten something out.
Is your question connected to the idea about somebody who communicates with you that's not present, and maybe that they're just jealous or trying to create the idea that this is a problem for you, you know, that you have this childlike manner? Just wondering, just a thought there. Other than that, I would mostly agree with Banshee.
That's what we have for you.
Alrighty, thank you for that question, Melanin. Ah, okay.
Oh.
Okay.
So, well, keep that in mind then. Maybe Mr. O is on to something.
Wait till he gets a hold of the new you when it happens.
All right, well, we're done with that, with Melanin's reading. And Patton is gone, but Patton gave us a question.
So let's do that.
You know,
and
Patton's a gamer, and he wanted to know if Sim 5, I think it was. Is that what he said? I'm trying to find it. This will be a really easy, quick thing. My question is, will The Sims 5 be announced in June 2020?
Sims 5.
Sims 5. So we're going to do a yes, no on that. I'll pull this deck out.
Only if there's a TFT shop in Sims 5 and there's a Sim
well, I don't
5.
know. Is that what that is, or is Sims something else? Because
I don't know.
I don't want to look dumb here.
A Sim 5 Oberon
But I am
and
kind of
Banshee.
dumb with technology, so I have to admit at times, not as bright as I should be.
See,
Sims
Melanin
5.
agrees with me. It is some simulated world. So
Okay.
I want simulated fortune telling.
Maybe they have it.
Oh,
When
wait,
did-
we have this show. Whoa.
You're so wacky today. I don't know what to do with you. All right, here.
What was the date? By the summer?
Yeah, did he say, oh, now you're making me go back. You should remember my questions. There it is. Will Sims 5 be announced in June of 2020? So next month. There you go.
I'm waiting on a gaming component expansion for
Do you want to
next
talk
month.
about the only game we play? And you can play it with others online, but it's really based on an old board game we used to play. And we play it together sometimes. He plays it himself with computer friends. But go ahead. What is it called? What is it called?
Talisman.
Wow, it's leaning towards no. It's interesting. You guys will just have to keep me posted on this. But interestingly enough, we have the Tower here. And yet we have a good card too. We have the Four of Wands. Wow.
I have to try to remember that because I'm going to type it into the Facebook for him.
Yeah, oh, you know what? I'm going to write those cards
Thank you. That would
down
help.
for
Just put him
him.
by his name or something.
Yeah. But Tower and the Four of Wands.
Okay, I have some thoughts about that. So
Yeah, go
let's
ahead,
just
because,
go ahead.
well, will it be released? I think there's going to be a delay or some issues that will work themselves out. The Four of Wands is very positive, but I'm wondering if maybe because of the coronavirus thing, they're going to wiggle the release date a little bit. It's funny because you would think things would be coming out sooner because people are at home and wanting to play the games. What do you think?
Lessons to learn.
Go on.
Well, I think it will come out a little bit later. I think it'll be slightly delayed, but I think it'll be a good launch when it does happen.
It will be a good launch when it happens. The Four of Wands indicates success, and a happy ending of sorts. So I think that's a good sign. But I don't know. Maybe it'll be the end of June at the earliest. But I'm thinking there's going to be a delay.
I'll address that in the Facebook for you, Patton. Thank you.
All right. So that's what we have for Patton, and we're going to move on to Libra Cusp if they're back. Libra, did you come back and join us? Because if you did, you can get a reading now. Libra was in the very beginning, and I had to put them at the bottom of the list. And that was before Sanjib got here. So if Libra doesn't show, Sanjib will be next, and then Nacy, Laura, Violet Ann, Terry, Yolo, BB, and Am. We're only giving Libra a second before we move on because I don't think they're back.
Probably not.
All right. So we're going to move on to Sanjib. Hey, Sanjib, you're up. And then Nacy, Laura, Violet Ann, Terry, Yolo, BB, and Am. And we haven't even hit our first hour yet. We're about to.
It's pretty wild for us.
Yeah, we're moving.
Thursdays, who knows? So I just heard that, we've hardly gone out at all. But I just heard that a restaurant that we like to go to, is open for carryouts only. So I'm hoping to go by there tomorrow perhaps and get us a carryout a meal that we used to like to share there, maybe some fish and chips thing or something like that.
We've been trying to support restaurants that are doing
Yeah.
carry-outs in the area during this time. But it looks like things are going to start opening again. But I think for ourselves, because we're still in a risk group, we're probably just going to get carry-outs or curbside for a while because we don't want to take a chance yet.
Yeah, I don't want to be hanging out in a restaurant. The only person we've seen has been our son.
Hey, Sanjib, we're still waiting on your question. Are you with us?
Yes, I'm going to type them in again. Who knows? The first night on record.
Yeah, well, we just keep, people will come back. So, oh, there they are. Okay. Just type your questions, Sanjib. And then we'll have Nacy, Laura, Violet Ann, Terry, Yolo, BB, and Am. This guy got so much attention today. And I had meetings at work on my computer here, and he just kept butting in.
Alrighty. One of your decks again?
Next week. All right, Sanjib. Yeah, we'll do one of mine. So we had some real hot and humid summer-like weather here in Michigan, which is a little unusual for this time of year, but it's cooling off this weekend. It's going to be a really nice weekend. I'm looking forward to it. Here you go. So it looks as though my workplace is going to be keeping me home most of the summer, working at home. I'm just grateful I am working, and I'm grateful too that I'm going to be safe through the summer, at least from work. We still go into stores once in a while to get some groceries with masks on and everything, but things are going to be opening up soon. It's getting there. Yeah, we had a little bit of rain.
Sometimes June can be a super rainy month, but we haven't gotten there yet.
Well, Sanjib, there's some issues here, but I do have good news. There's the Ace of Cups, which is really beautiful and a nice omen. We also have, though, the Tower, and it's reversed. And then we have the Chariot reversed. So I'm going to let Mr. O go first. I mean, I think we're both in agreement. The first card is fantastic, but how does it relate when we have these other things here with it?
Well, it may be possible that you are going to realize something that you don't really want to realize about emotional matters. Maybe it was about a new friendship or a new situation, or maybe it's about the situation that you do have, and I know you've explained some of that, and maybe it will be a coming to terms with that and realizing that things aren't going to change, and that in a way you have to change course in some way and perhaps move on to something else.
I like what you said there. That's awesome.
Okay, thank you.
Because, I was looking at the Tower, and Sanjib, the Tower reversed is about not taking in some lessons that you need to, there's some realizations that you have to take in. Otherwise, you're in danger of repeating the same cycles over and over again. And I do sense this might have to do with relationships or emotional issues. And I do sense that maybe that's why there has been no movement for you with the Chariot. But it seems to me that,
you're moving closer to this change.
You're moving closer to this realization and change, and opening up to the fact that you might have to move on relationship-wise.
Right, because you can bring a new one to yourself, but you kind of have to resolve, you know, the past and move on from the past, I think.
Yeah, and you have to come to terms with it. This is really important because if you don't, you know, you're just going to keep repeating the same cycle of sorrow and sadness over. Take in the lessons that you've learned from past, you know, hurts and relationship pains, and move forward in a positive direction, because it looks to me, I doubt this is going to happen next week, but it looks to me like there is a healing that's going to start taking place, a healing of the heart, and where you're going to feel more open to, my life is beginning over again.
Well, maybe the seeds are set in motion somehow next week, because aces
Yeah.
are beginnings, so
Yeah.
it may not be that you
That's
go
right.
all that course, but maybe the seeds are set in motion.
And with that, I want to throw some Lenormand on this for sure. But it definitely seems to be something that's tied to your emotional world, Sanjib. Well, okay, I got the key as the first card. The key opens doors. And then I got the fox. And so it's kind of saying if you want to open doors and move on with your life, you have to be smart about how you do it. You have to think outside the box. You have to maybe set your mind in a new positive direction.
But doesn't the fox also have something to do with business or enterprise?
can.
And I know, Sanjib, you mentioned that
that's
you
right.
recently got something new going on there. So I'm thinking that even though it's been a short time, you're going to find out something. The key, you're going to unlock something that will help you start directing your path more firmly there.
It's also possibly saying right now the key is to focus on that job and doing well there, because it can open doors for you.
It certainly is tough to let go. I know that. And I just think that it's something that at least maybe it does look like the seeds will be set in motion. And nobody says, you know, that you have to be on another timetable.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
Some things really take a while. I know that personally.
That's what we have for you. I hope that helps. And we are going to... What does number 33 tell? Well...
It's a higher vibration of 11 in a way, but it's also its own higher vibration of 6.
Right, it's a higher vibration of 6. And 6 is a card of...
Mostly a card of good omen.
yeah, rewards, I think.
I'm not the best on numerology.
Yeah, I think doors opening for sure. I think it's
Yeah.
very positive. It's almost as if you've achieved some level of success.
Right. In a way, all the double numbers and the triple numbers sort of represent vibrating to a higher frequency of a sort, you know, for a particular thing. Psychically, I sort of sense a connection with spiritualness, because, of course, I think about the Ascended Master, Jesus Christ, 33 years,
That's
you know,
right.
33 and a third years. But that's not the only one. There are other ones like that, too. So I just
It
think
is a higher vibration number.
Absolutely,
I do know that. Yeah. So awesome. You seeing that a lot lately?
Wasn't it on one of the cards?
Oh, it was on one of the cards. It was number 30. Was it?
I think it was.
I can't remember.
I think it was the fox one. I
The
think.
key. It's the key.
Whoops.
It's the key, of course. Which is interesting because, yeah, that would make sense in a way to make the key a higher vibration number. I can see that. You're very welcome. And we are on Nacy. Hey, Nacy, you're up. And then Laura, Violet Ann, Terry, Yolo, BB, and Am. Well, now my space is gone. Do you want to use one of yours?
Sure. I'm going to go to the Husan.
Okay. Is Nacy still with us?
I put in their name just now. So we'll see.
It's been a while since they've been on, so I'm not sure. We'll give it a couple seconds and then we'll move on. So anyway, do join us on Facebook and Twitter. We have fun there. He mostly manages a Facebook page. I get in there once in a while. And I'm on Twitter. He comes on too once in a while as well. But I kind of manage the Twitter page for us.
And for those who may be thinking, well, I'll just come back on Sunday. Although there's no waiting today.
Yeah.
Sunday we're here from 2 to 4 Eastern Standard Time. And it's pretty slow tonight. We're not sure what's going on. It was a beautiful day mostly, so I imagine in most places around, maybe you're still out having a little fun. Who knows?
Okay,
But
I
think
guess
we're going to move on.
We're moving on from Nacy. I'm going to put her at the bottom in case. And so now we're on Laura. Hey, Laura, are you with us? It's kind of how it goes. People come and go. And then we move on.
Don't worry, we're bound to not take it personally.
No, no.
We've been working on trying to create a business platform, so you'll hear more about that in the future.
And we're going to have more free offerings in the future, too. The sky's the limit as we move closer to our whole first full year of doing live streams in August. Will be our anniversary. Hey, Laura. Okay, type in your question.
We might try our hand at a little more Halloween haiku, but I don't think we're going to do the 31 days of Halloween haiku.
Oh, my goodness. We're done with that.
That was a bit much for us. Although we may replace some of the best ones.
Yeah, we might do a best of.
Ah, all right.
Oh, okay.
Are these sort of moving towards finals for your season or your semester?
Well, summer semesters, I think the first half ends in July. And then there's another one. Or maybe there's just a test scheduled. I don't know.
Okay.
Let's ask.
Yes or no, then?
Yes or no. No problem, Laura. I'm moving him slightly. Mr. O thinks I'm mean when I do that.
Well, he is a bit of a bother, I understand.
I need just a little space. And he's so relaxed right now.
Like pudding.
Are you going to count?
Sure.
And this week we're going to be filming another coronavirus video. This one is going to be predictions for the U.S. specific. Our last one we did not that long ago was about a global outlook and perspective. So you might want to check that out. That was coronavirus part 2. Part 1 we did way back in March, right? Yeah. Hi, JRRJ. Hold that question. I'll put you on the list, but we are taking people in order.
Well, it's an interesting thought here because right now what the cards seem to say is that your answer is leaning towards no. And I know sometimes in your career, they are very difficult. What we also have is the Nine of Swords reversed, and we have the High Priestess, or also known as the female Pope, also reversed.
Well, so the Nine of Swords reversed, though, seems to indicate to me that you're going to come out of this okay. You know, it's like it won't be that bad of a blow to you for some reason. But I think you realize that there's something more you have to do or you have to learn.
I'm going to mostly agree with that. And then I'll tell you that when I was first shuffling the cards, somehow a particular card fell out. And a card represented to me the idea that maybe this particular season, this particular class, it's not happening for you. There's sort of like something happening with a particular class or situation. But I mostly see what Banshee says is that maybe there's this idea that although you seem to be recooing here, there's really kind of like you're having a hard time with the subject material, or there's just some part of it that's escaping you, or that's not quite falling into place in terms of how you normally adapt or adopt information.
There just seems to be some confusion here. And actually, like I said, it looks like it's leaning towards no, but it is not a definite no. So I would say, you know, keep that in mind. And if there's anything you can do before July, because you're taking the test in July, as you say, to mitigate that, do some extra studying, do some extra things that you need to do, and you might be able to turn this into a yes. So
well, the High Priestess reverse does sort of talk about knowledge, information, wisdom. When it's reversed, it may be indicating that there's some access to it, or it's not obtainable, or it doesn't fit somehow.
I've added you, Chrissy. I'll get to the list in just a minute. So let me do some Lenormand.
Yeah, we want to do the Lenormand here.
See if this adds anything. Because, I don't know, it's a funny thing.
Yeah, it doesn't have a strong feel regardless. It sort of feels a little bit nebulous
like
here.
It might be up to you here. Like maybe you could turn this around. It's possible. If the 9 was upright, I would be probably singing a different song.
Yeah, that does make a difference here. Oh.
Yeah, I know. Interesting.
Whoa.
So look at this, Laura. I've got the book. And then I've got the sun. And I drew the sun first. So basically...
You're welcome, Jenna.
So basically what this is telling me, since I drew the book first and then the sun, that if you want to succeed, study.
Well, I'm going to go with that too, but both of these to me are about knowledge. So whenever they show up, they seem to foretell knowledge, finding out things, opening a book, finding out things. The sun illuminates things, makes things clearer, more understandable. So it may just be that there's some sort of wake-up call that has come to you or will come to you now. Maybe there's just some sense of a fatigue right now too. You know, it's got to be kind of, you know, the grind, you know, and so you just needed this little, you know, push. So.
Hey, Laura, I'm going to use one of my librarian favorite sayings now. Knowledge is power. So study, study, study.
Thank you. We want to hear good things. Yep.
Definitely keep us posted, Laura. And hey, Violet Ann, you are up. Welcome back. And then there's Terry, YOLO, BB, Am, Nacy, JRRJ, and Chrissy. And we're going to put Chrissy as the last name on the list.
Chrissy, it's also possible that some of these names have already been called once or twice even, so we may get to you really soon. You never know. No promises, though.
Okay, Violet Ann, what's your question? Okay, that's a 3-carder. Let me grab this one. Capricorn. Our sun is a Capricorn. My brother was a Capricorn. They were born on the same day.
I have an astrologer friend. I've known her for over 20 years, and we both had Capricorn children. And she would say, Capricorn children only learn by their own mistakes. They'll never listen to your advice or your good knowledge. They have to find out for themselves.
There's a truth there with our son anyway. But you know what? He's a smart kid anyhow. He's always been.
Well, think of all the other Capricorns we know who've been really smart.
Oh,
your
yeah.
brother.
Yeah. Shuffle away and cut. And we have Moon in Capricorn. We both have Moon in Capricorn. We share that. Ooh. All right, let's see what we have here. Well, it's an interesting combination of cards here. We have the Ace of Swords reversed. We have the Empress reversed. And ironically, we have the Emperor upright.
May I?
Oh, I guess you can go right ahead.
Well, I get the feeling like he would clearly let you be in charge, I think, in some ways. But also, too, he doesn't feel like that's blanket, like there's an arcing, like he wants you to be in charge, but he doesn't think that you really are creative to him, or like he doesn't think you're flourishing yet, like he thinks you're not quite there yet. And maybe he also thinks that you're fair, but you're sort of stern.
Yeah, I think he senses a sternness about the way you make your decisions. And, that's just a matter of opinion. You might be doing quite well, but it's just the way, sometimes it may come off as harsh to him. I'm looking at the Empress a little bit differently, though. I was thinking to myself.
I'm seeing, too, there's like this inverse thing going on here with one.
Well, it is very interesting. Well, like you said, though, he sees you as very take charge and getting things done. But I'm wondering here if the Empress reversed is indicating that maybe he's not seeing the interest or support from you, maybe, that he feels he should get. Do you think that's...
Oh, he's not the satellite, or he's the satellite.
What are you trying to say?
Orbiting. Oh. He wants to get more attention.
Well, or he wants a little more nurturing than he's receiving.
There you
perhaps,
go. Yeah.
He would be into that. And he's not sensing that. And maybe it just has to do with, this kind of cold harshness that he feels in, the way you decide things. Maybe you're like, it's this way and that's it. And that doesn't go well. So in other words, he likes the take charge attitude to a point, or he sees you as very driven. But, if he doesn't feel he's getting the attention he deserves, that could be a problem.
A little bit of that, yeah, for sure. Mm-hmm.
So let me do some Lenormand cards on that.
Moon in Capricorn too, ma'am.
Yeah, I saw that. Awesome.
It's pretty good.
Worked for me.
Yes. Well, I'm thinking of all the people I know with who are Capricorn, and they're all really, co-worker, former co-worker.
Gina, hello.
Oh, hi, Gina. On a day like today, you never know. The cross.
Well, I'm not sure how I feel about this, Violet Ann. Have you guys had some arguments lately? I almost think that, You know, there could be some kind of an argument or dispute that could get out of hand a little bit. You know, it could cause some sorrow and sadness. I'm just saying. It may be sudden. It may come out of the blue. So I would just say try to keep a cool head in the situation and not let it get out of hand.
He's thinking you're being too practical and stern about it if there is an argument, and he expected you maybe to need him more or to give in more. I don't think that there's anything really bad with him, but maybe there's just some little bit of a petulance going on right now.
And that's what we see right now, Violet Ann. That's what we have for you. I hope that helped.
That could be too, that maybe it's just, you know, the reaction to a lot of stuff. Things really can't be underestimated when it comes to individuals' mental health and emotional health right now.
With things going on right now.
There's so much going on. I know a person who's been on pins and needles for over 2 weeks because she had a rapid response, and it wasn't rapid test, but it was a rapid response test.
Yeah, for the virus, and yet it's taking weeks for them to tell her the results.
Final, right, the final, and so she's been quarantined all this time. And that's just one person I know. There's so much stress going on.
So, Terry, you are up if you are still with us, Terry, and then Yolo, BB, Am, Nacy, JRRJ, Chrissy, and Gina.
Let's see.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm.
Yes, and like I mentioned,
he just may need some extra attention right now.
Some of these folks have already bailed, so we may go through them again, but they may not be back yet. We'll see. Okay, so who is next?
Oh. Well, I hear you. Yeah, you know.
Turn off, sis. Tell her, sorry, sis. Obie and Banshee are on.
It's the Obie and Banshee hour. He is so silly. No, of course your sister's more important. Terry, are you with us? Type the name in, and if not, we are on our way. Oh, we are not the bee's knees. You know, you could come and see us Sunday.
Years and years and years ago, oh my goodness, 40 years ago, there was a crazy theater group that used to be me a part of. And they're a group, they're called the Minstrels, used to play at this place. And they had a little act where somebody was in the audience and say, who's playing? And everyone in the audience would turn around. Not the Who, the Minstrels. Well, it worked for them.
Oh, there's Terry.
Hi, Terry.
Okay. That sounds like a yes-no. Maybe with some details if we need to. Okay, Terry, hang on.
Oh, and aside to Gina, sorry, Gina, every viewer is only allowed one sister.
What?
No two sisters, no brothers at all. Okay, you know I'm kidding.
I don't know what he's talking about, but anyway.
Hi, Terry. I know you've been here before. Your name looks familiar to me. How do you want to handle this? As a yes or no?
Yeah, I said with possibly with benefits, but you were blah, blahing.
Well, I like having humor with...
Probably your other sister.
I like having humor with Gina.
Stay there.
You guys are all psycho. I mean psychic.
Wow, this is very interesting, Terry. I've got 2 aces here, which usually indicates it's leaning towards yes heavily. It looks very positive because you also have the Queen of Swords here. And the Queen of Swords seems to indicate to me, think this out. decide if it's really in your best interests. But to me, looking at this card, it looks like it would be a positive decision for you to make this move.
I'm not sure who the Queen of Swords is. It could be both of you. It could be a synthesis of you and your sister, or of you and the entire situation. But it does seem to be a good move, because the Queen of Swords is the kind of person who really makes a judgment based totally on logic. She may understand the emotional elements or the other elements, but she knows her her decision needs to be focused or based on just the facts. Ma'am. So I would say it's definitely leaning strongly towards yes, especially with that Queen of Swords.
Did I just get rid of the other cards? Or what did we do here?
I put this one on top. That's what
That's
happened.
okay. That's right, because the one came up so fast. The ace came up so fast. So
However that happened. I don't remember which way it was, but yes.
So let me see here. You know, now I got the dog, which is interesting because the dog is usually about friendship. But let me tell you where I'm heading with this. And now I've got the two of the clover, which the clover is really good luck and fortune and fate. It's almost as if it's saying this is a important moment for you, and it could be a turning point to the positive. And just the fact that the dog is here, at least from what I'm seeing, it seems as though they have your best interests at heart. It's somebody who's really looking out for you. So
Okay, either your sister is your best friend, or you are just very loyal to your sister, or the entire situation, this family that you are attached to, represents this loyalty to you. But yeah, I think it is really strong.
And you have a dog. Ah. Well, that's cute.
Well, that could be. You better bring that dog.
I just think it looks very positive. That's
Yeah,
just
it
what I would
does.
say the cards are saying. You know, we don't want to, tell. This is just what the cards are saying. And maybe it'll help you make your decision. So wish you the best with that, Terry.
Yeah.
Let us know. And hey, YOLO, you are next. And then BB, Am, Nacy, JRRJ, Chrissy, and Gina. We still got a half hour. We can do this.
You're welcome, Terry.
You're very welcome. Good luck with that decision. You want to get your deck out? Or
Sure, I think we will go back to the Tarot of the Ages.
all right.
You are welcome.
And we're
Mr.
waiting.
O has a lot of dropsy today.
Yeah, I know, Mr. O. We're
It's
waiting.
almost like I had a couple of martinis before the session here, but I didn't.
He's not a drinker. Much.
Who are we waiting for? YOLO?
Yeah, I'm going to type the name in.
Go ahead, YOLO, if you're there. Otherwise, we start cycling through names again. So,
Okay.
Okay.
Absolutely. All right, YOLO.
We'll say till the next season, till after the summer, through the summer. You know, summer towards fall, towards September.
Yeah, okay.
And please like us, everyone. Please subscribe if you haven't, or share us. Leave a comment if you like. It helps us. We are trying to build this. Also, visit our Facebook and our Twitter, because we have content every day there.
All right, I'm going to cut. All right. Let's see what you get.
Okay, so the first card is the Ace of Swords
Wow, that's
reversed.
come up again. Okay.
Then you have a Six of Swords reversed.
Okay.
And then you have the King of Coins upright. Now, some of that is not essentially great for relationships.
Yeah, because right now I think what it's saying to me is that there's not a lot happening. The Six of Swords reversed is kind of a card of standstill in a way, like things kind of staying the way they are now, not much changing.
You may find that maybe there is some emotional turbulence from a situation that you're sort of out of, but you're not totally out of, and so you can't really move forward because to some degree it's not totally resolved, or there's just a gravity that's kind of keeping you there for some reason. It could be that you are trying to move into something new, maybe to just move into something new, not necessarily relationship wise, but it could be about you were hoping to start a new job, or you had a new undertaking of some sort. But there's a standstill or delay going on there too, perhaps.
Well, I'm looking at this all in terms of relationships, even the Ace of Swords.
We're getting feedback too, so.
I know, I've been looking. Well, what happened?
No, that was
here?
the latest.
Okay. So what I'm thinking here is that the Ace of Swords reversed is indicating to me that, there have been, it seems like you're going to feel like there have been some disappointments and setbacks in this season. Things are delayed, and I think it ties right into this Six of Swords energy here that things just are not flowing or moving right now. So the summer, at least this next season, is going to be very slow moving for you. But what I would add to that is with this King of Pentacles or coins, that you are really going to be growing as a person and individual in this time. And, maybe, you'll find that some of your financial or career things are going to settle down and, you're going to be pretty in your power there. More so than in relationships. And I feel that, it shows a lot of growth personally for you during this time.
It just may be, too, that you might find that even though you're not moving ahead with relationships, you're finding some other opportunities. Maybe somebody's going to help you with a job or help you find a job or start a business or do something. Maybe somebody will suggest ways for you to be prosperous in certain ways. It doesn't necessarily mean the fabulous thing, but it does seem like this is going to kind of give you, like Banshee says, something to grow yourself really with. So it really comes more from the idea that you are looking at the emotional landscape as not being very productive right now, and you feel like maybe you have to invest in yourself in order to create that momentum to move you ahead.
Well, and one thing I would say is that, of course, if you have been struggling or coming out of a difficult relationship, this is a period, I don't know if you have, but if you have, this may be, and even if you haven't, this may be more a period of working on, self-image and loving yourself, looking in the mirror every day and seeing a better person. And so when you start radiating that energy, you will attract what you desire relationship-wise.
And we see you, Destiny, so we're not sure yet. We'll get to you in just a moment.
Yeah, I'm hoping to get to you, Destiny, but we're getting a little tight now for time.
We're in our last half
Yeah,
hour.
you're going to be at the bottom of the list we have. My apologies, but we're at the end of our show.
Okay, so we're doing the Lenormand for you, YOLO.
YOLO.
Oh. It's kind of what we were saying on one hand.
Absolutely what we were saying. Because we've got the anchor here. We do have the snake, and I'm not sure what this is about. Again, this might be about something that maybe, I don't know if you've gone through something difficult. I'll get to the list in a minute, Chrissy. I don't know if you've been through a difficult situation with a person who wasn't always upfront in telling the truth about themselves. This may have had an impact on you in some way. And right now, it's showing that the anchor is kind of like, again, no movement. What does an anchor do? It holds a ship in place. And so I think it's reinforcing what I'm seeing here with the two ace card, with these two sword cards here.
Yes, I think so too. I think saying that destiny, fate, whatever you want to call it, is saying you probably want to just address what your lessons are, what growth you need to grow. I am wondering if maybe the snake does relate to the idea of the previous relationship that is not quite the previous relationship, or that may have some baggage there. So it may be that that does indicate that the person was really very dishonorable, or certainly dishonorable on some level.
And I hope that makes sense to you, and I hope this has helped you, YOLO, and wish you success.
Good luck. That's what we have.
And we're going to move on. I will mention the list. The person I'm calling now had left us, and I'm not sure they're back, so we might be moving on real quickly here. So, BB, I'm calling you now. If you are here, you are up. And then Am, Nacy, JRRJ, Chrissy, Gina, and possibly Destiny. And Nacy left us earlier too, so I'm not sure they have come back. So we might move through the list a little quicker, and I might be able to squeeze you in, Destiny. We'll see how it goes.
YOLO, you're very welcome. We appreciate that. Thank you too,
thank you.
Am. Appreciate that. Okay, so we were waiting for BB. We think that they're not here, but we're going to go ahead and put their name in just to see. And then it's Am, right?
And then it will be Am, yep.
Okay. We're only going to give BB a few seconds because we have actually called them more than once. JJ,
yeah, I see the question.
we will be getting you.
Yeah, you know, you might be right after Am if Nacy's not here. So we see your question. We'll get to you.
Okay, so I'm going to assume, I think it's safe to
Chrissy,
assume.
you have at least 1, 2, 3 people in front of you. And like I said, it's possibly less.
I don't think BB's
BB
here.
is gone. So Am, you
Go ahead,
are up.
Am.
And I'm not going to put BB at the bottom because we are done after Destiny.
Yeah.
Done.
We still have 20 minutes. We think we can get through everyone.
Yep.
Go ahead, Am. Oh, I know you. You're typing it in.
So JRRJ is going to want to know about a dream home. Ha! All right. Well, we'll find that out for you in just a minute.
Oh, how do you want to do this one?
Let's see what Am's got. May I ask you who is the... Oh.
Do you have a deck that has nice... Let's see.
Well, not really.
How about my Crowley deck then? We'll go back to my Crowley.
Okay.
Alrighty. Nice question there. Let's see what the cards can tell us.
Well, if we can exactly tell you who, but we'll try to give you some of the qualities and characteristics of the person as we see them.
They don't have a card called Best Person Ever. Patton, are you still around? We did your reading.
Oh, hey, Patton.
All right, okay.
Awesome.
Good. Okay, good. I hope that clears it up for you. I still might write it in to your Facebook thing, because that way you'll have a written record of it too.
Well, I hope we're right, but in a way I hope we're wrong, because you obviously want it out. So, all right.
That's right. It was a pretty simple reading, so it was interesting. There was one other comment about Sims 5 from somebody.
In the chat, yeah.
Oh, those two were here before, weren't they?
Yeah, that's interesting. They popped up again, but this is a different deck. This is a different deck.
No, it's the same deck. Because I remember that.
I remember
the
those. Okay, go ahead.
We'll be able to review it.
Yeah.
Okay, so we had the Seven of Swords, and that one is upright. Then we have the Five of Cups reversed. And then we have the Eight of Discs, and that one is upright.
Well, this is interesting because I don't see right off the bat anything that tells me if they're water, air, fire, earth. I'm not seeing that, like what sign they're going to be. I sense that, and this is Pentacles.
Yes, discs.
Wow, I sense they're very dedicated to their work. They're going to be very dedicated to their work, and they may still even be in a more apprentice or learning phase when you meet them. I also think that they're going to be at a position in their life where they're looking for new opportunities. It could be relationship-wise, but it looks to me like more opportunities for expansion and growth. But there is the Seven of Swords here. What do you have to say about that?
Well, see, I'm putting them into a different context. I think that the Seven of Swords is a little bit of their past experience, perhaps recent, perhaps not so recent. And I think they're coming from that, the idea that maybe they were living more...
Good night, Patton.
Good night, Patton. Thank you for coming. They were coming more from living with their wits, by their wits. They were maybe sort of into some questionable things. Maybe, I won't say they were a thief per se, but maybe they had some questionable judgments where they made certain judgments for themselves. Maybe they were a little bit deceptive about themselves when they were in regard to other people. But they're moving away from that. I think they are. And to some degree, it's because they really did take a look at themselves and they had some of that sense of disappointment about themselves, but they still realized what was good about themselves. And that was that they really were a crafts person of sorts, a person with a vision, a person with art. So I think they're a person who's reformed themselves and had regret in their lives that caused them to reform to be a better person. No?
I'm not arguing with that. I just think that embellishes what I said. I do feel this person is going to be a hard, dedicated worker. They seem to be a strong individual as far as, responsibility goes. I also see that, there's somebody who likes to look at maybe getting ahead and moving on to better opportunities as they present themselves. And as I thought with this card here, I like what he said about the past. I do sense there's more of a past influence here with what you said.
Well, living by their wits and realizing that they made some questionable
They might have had to make some questionable maneuvers in their lives, in their life, but they may have regretted. But it seems like they are on the right track. They seem like a good person overall. I'm going to see if the Lenormand can give us any more aspects to this. I'm not seeing here anything that, cries that this person is like, how should I say this? Like really an emotional person living,
No, I think they're a smart person. I think they're intelligent.
Mm-hmm.
I think they have a flair of creativity, and I think they're really balanced in certain respects. And in terms of their past experience, I think a lot of people maybe have questionable things in their past, and then they have that moment of clarity where they realize they can be a better person, and they do. And this is what I think this person will be somebody who realizes they can be a better person.
And one thing, that's really nice about this person is I got the dog and I got the key. Which, did I get those two before together?
Not exactly.
Okay.
We've had them in different combinations. We've had the dog and the key more than once, I think.
Yeah.
So
basically what this is saying to me is, this is a person who you will feel a real companionship, compatibility with, like you're good friends. You're not just married, you're not just lovers, you are true friends.
Well, I guess in a way that either this person finds the key to your heart, or it's you finding the key to them, that they're the key to your life. One or the other,
we
or
have
both.
for you, Am.
Oh, that sounds like a fairy tale. No, I'm sorry.
I like it.
I get a little bit giddy with these kind of things, so.
Good question, Am. And Nacy, are you here with us, or have you gone? We're just going to check real quick.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. Thank you.
So after Nacy is JRRJ, and then Chrissy, Gina, and Destiny.
So we don't think Nacy's here, but we're going to give them one more shot. But if not, then we're going to go to JRRJ's
Question about the dream house.
The dream house, which we think is kind of cool.
Let me grab a deck.
And we're sorry if it was too much. You are very welcome, Am. Thank you for coming.
You are always welcome, Am. I'm just going to get going on JRR's question.
Right.
Oh, thank you. You as well.
God bless you too. Thank you. Okay, we don't think Nacy's here, of course, so we will move on to JRRJ and the Dream Construction House. When?
Yeah, when. Timing can sometimes be tricky with the tarot. We're going to see what we get. India. Oh, very nice. So it is good morning from India. It is evening here.
Possibly, Terry. We'll see. It's not really that likely, but maybe. So we do get a number of folks who ask us questions and who are living in India, and maybe a few who have come from India too. So we think that's very nice. We appreciate that. We're kind of international.
I guess so. We've got Patton from Britain, and
we've had some people from the Balkan countries and the Middle East.
Germany.
So it's very nice. And I'm just all giddy here with my cards. So. No promises, Terry.
Okay, for timing, let's see, we've got the Seven of Swords, we've got the three, okay, we've got the, I'm going to show you the cards first. We have the Seven of Swords upright. We've been getting that card a lot today. We have the Three of Cups upright, and we have the Queen of Cups reversed. Well, I think timing-wise, this could take a little time. It's not going to be really soon, but you might be starting to throw some ideas or things together in the autumn regarding this, but I still don't see it possibly happening this year if you were planning on that. If you do, it would be later in the year.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be right away. I think it'll be either at the end of the year or towards
maybe
not quite a year from now, 9-10 months.
It could be even like a year from autumn. I sense autumn is the key here with because the cups are about the fall. So I think something is going to get underway, or you're going to put some plans in place. You know, if you are just in the planning preliminary stages of this.
I actually think that that's part of the delay, is that there's a problem with the planning, is what I'm getting a feeling about. And then I'm also thinking too that you may find certain persons you're working with, you're not going to like them for certain reasons. You may feel things about them that you don't feel you're compatible enough, or that they really have your interests. You may feel there's something really different that you don't like about them. So I think you may change some of those plans. I'm thinking it's somebody who does the drawing, like either the architect or something like that. There's something with the planning is what I'm sensing.
Yeah, Jakari, the list is closed. I'm sorry. It's just a little too late tonight.
Oh, hi there, Jakari. Yeah, we're sorry about that.
The Three of Cups to me indicates that, you know, you want to create something that you're really going to celebrate, that you're going to feel, you know, really fulfills you in some way, completes you in some way with the Three of Cups. And I think it's an emotional, like you said, it's a dream home. It's something you really desire and want. And I think the Three of Cups is definitely an indication of that.
And the thing about it is that I think this project is ultimately going to be very successful, but I think you're having to snag here with somebody in the plans, and I think there's somebody maybe that you're just not really trusting for some reason. You may find there's something untrustworthy about them, so depending on how much they're involved in it, you might be looking for another person to work with. This may cause the delay.
Well, and I'm also thinking that maybe you just are not ready yet. You know, I don't know if this is a pipe dream or if you're really underway with getting this done, but maybe there's still some work you need to do. Let me throw some Lenormand and see if we can add something to this. Sometimes timing can come up in the Lenormand too.
Nothing really jumps out as this is happening really soon. I'm thinking like Banshee that it's months from now. And like I said, I think there's just some changes before you finally settle on the right plan and or the right people to work with.
Oh. Well, I don't know if this is going to make sense to you at all, but I have the, and let me see the way this is facing. Okay, I drew the scythe first, the sixth, and then I drew the coffin. And I'm thinking what this is trying to tell me is that, you need to cut some losses. You need to maybe look at financials, you know, as far as this goes. You have to work with some kind of losses that you're going to be undergoing first. And I'm thinking it might be financial. But of course, the sixth is, you know, the sixth is cutting land, which is really interesting to me too.
Well, I wonder if this calls back to me the idea about the person that you don't feel you trust or the situation that doesn't seem to trust, and that's where the cut will be made, that maybe you might have to let this person go if they were terribly involved with this project of yours. I'm also wondering too, I suppose it might be, if they were placed differently, if this might mean that maybe somebody, an older or sick person, maybe their health is in jeopardy right now or in this time period.
Well, I don't know. I was just doing it referring to the question.
Okay.
I mean, I suppose that's possible. If it's just a message, if you're feeling
well,
it's
that
just
could
a
be
message.
part of what the delay is.
Yeah. Okay.
You know?
Yeah, it could be.
Okay. Because you have to work around those protocols. Alrighty.
That's what we have right now for you. I hope that helps. JRR. Jay, thanks for joining us. And hey, Chrissy, you are up and you are next.
Thank you, Jay.
Blessings to you. Thank you.
And Chrissy.
Chrissy, Gina, and Destiny.
Gina probably left.
Really?
Well, we'll see. Yeah.
Oh.
Maybe. They haven't been back in a while. I thought they said something about getting the call from their sister. Remember? We'll find out.
What's coming towards in love life? Okay. All right. Let's see what we got. And let's make this, what would you say, Chrissy, for the next month? How about June? Or do you want it for the summer? Aha. Okay, Gina, hang in there. We'll get to you right next. We're doing Chrissy first.
Okay, so we'll do it for the next couple of months.
Okay, let's do it for the next couple of months, Chrissy, and see what we get. See if anything's happening. That's right, I remember, and you live in Florida, correct?
And you're wanting to get out.
Or you just don't like it too much. Shuffle. Let's see what we got for you. Well, we've got some reversed cards. We've got Judgment reversed. We have the Knight of Coins reversed. And we've got the High Priestess reversed. So I'm looking at these here and I'm thinking to myself, there's not a lot of romance here in these cards. There is the possibility of somebody coming into your life, but if this is true, I don't think that they would be somebody you would necessarily want to hook up with.
Right. They may be bringing to you a situation that is about, it just sort of seems like it's a matter that you're really not very interested in. Like you just don't have any interest, but they want you to get involved with this situation. Maybe it's a come on for a job or a business, or they want you to patronize them in certain ways. But I think you're going to find that they really just don't have a sense of anything about them. You just sort of feel like they're a waste, but they're hanging on here, and maybe they're telling you lies that they think will try to make you feel better about them, but they're pretty duplicitous, and I think that I don't know. It just seems really like it's not at all about your question, like Banshee said.
Yeah, I almost think it's about something else. But, I'm looking at some of these cards here, Chrissy, and I'm thinking to myself, Judgment is reversed. And I sense that, maybe are you being a little bit too down on yourself, a little too hard on yourself? Are you trying to, meet some goals and expectations that, that are just placing more of a burden on you mentally and spiritually? Because also the High Priestess is reversed here as well. What do you think, Mr. O?
Well, I get what you're saying about that one reversed. The sense that your look at yourself is harsher. You're not looking at yourself with a more open heart. And it's not always easy to do that. Sometimes everybody has a reason to be really down on themselves on occasion. But with that High Priestess reversed, it tells me, too, that maybe there's something deep inside of you that you should realize, and you're having a hard time realizing it, so you're in a denial, you're blocking yourself to this, or it has to come to you somehow. Somebody else has to bring this to you, this way of you looking at yourself differently. Maybe it is that Knight of Coins. Maybe it is this person. This is a young man. They just normally seem like a plotty sort of person. They sort of seem like they're slow and they don't really have a plan, or they're too by the book. In a way, it sort of sounds like maybe they're a person like yourself, that they're inexperienced or that they're not really sure of how to do certain things. This could be even a metaphor for yourself in a way.
Right. I'm beginning to think this is more about you than other people, but I do think that there, like he said, there could be somebody coming in your life, not in a romantic sense, but who could stir up some trouble in other areas of your life. I'm not seeing the romance here right now, and I'm seeing, again, this need to work on the self a little bit, to build, to bring your expectations in line with reality,
Sometimes.
And right now, reality is harsh with what's going on with social distancing and everything right now. It's not making it easy for any of us to bring, love into our lives right now.
It may be just the kind of thing, and I've known this for other people too, that somehow love or something like that finds them. You don't find it, it finds you. And how does it find you? Well, maybe you have to go somewhere different where you normally wouldn't go. Maybe you should just find a way to hang out somewhere and read, like at a library.
Did you say that because you saw that?
No, I was thinking it before you pulled that.
Okay.
Because I think I think you should just immerse yourself in something different and let it come to you. I think you should try not to think about it. I think you should just let it come to you.
I drew the book and I drew the cross. And I drew the cross actually first, and the cross is like burdens to bear. And but I also think it's grief. Sometimes there's sorrow, sometimes there's depression. It's almost as if, you know, what this is telling me is you have to really dive deep and look within as to what is making you feel lost or empty in your lives. If it is about not having a relationship and loneliness, then, you know, you're going to have to work on fixing it. And the way to fix that is to get out there and socialize more and make it happen.
Right. I think that the High Priestess reverse says, you don't understand this. You don't see this. This is not your wisdom. And I think you have to kind of turn that around, and you have to be that person that understands that. And it's not going to happen overnight. It's not going to happen in a season. It's not going to happen maybe in 1 year or maybe several years. But I think it's a little bit of what I'm saying, a little bit of what Banshee's saying, is that you need to immerse yourself somewhere else and see what attracts towards you.
And then the other thing is about this is what I think it's trying to tell you is that, you know, you're not going to find this without. You're not going to find love in the outer world until you can truly find it within. And so that's why the book is here. It's telling you you need to go within and search deeper in yourself for, you know, what might be holding you back as far as love and relationships go.
I would agree with that.
You're not necessarily going to end up alone, Chrissy, unless you see what happens is we attract, you know, we can attract what we keep repeating, the stories we keep telling ourselves. What you need to do is change that story about yourself. And then, you know, things can evolve from there. That would be my advice.
Everybody is a unique person, and everybody has a different kind of life. And some people can be very content alone if that's the way they end up.
Right.
But you can't really say that that's how you'll end up. I'm at the age now in my 60s where I have known people who I felt were, when I was in my 20s, were not really interested in being with people, or were not really being attractive to people, and yet later on in life I know those people to find somebody. So it just may be that it's not for you at this time, but it doesn't say for forever. That's a very long word.
So I'm going to let you pull your deck out for Gina. That's what we have for you, Chrissy. Good luck, and we'll see you next time.
Okay, Gina, let me look at that.
Gina, you had this this premonition.
Okay.
So it sounds like a yes, no, but...
Yep. Should she believe it? Should she think that it's worth something?
Well, maybe we need to do 3 cards to see if they say warn or stay silent.
Let's do the yes or no first, though.
Okay.
Right?
All right, yeah, because that might tell us right there, Gina. Right. Oh, and I checked.
The truth.
There we go.
Ooh. Excuse me.
And then we have Destiny. All right, after. Okay, interesting. Whoa. Well, it's leaning towards yes. Your premonition seems like it was indeed that. And you've got the Hanged Man here, which is interesting, about sacrifice.
How far are you willing to go to support this version of the truth that you see? Will you make certain sacrifices if you need to?
So grab that, and let's just throw 3 more just real quick about, where is it? Should you warn others or stay silent? Let's see what the 3 cards seem to indicate. Okay. Wow, I don't think you should stay silent.
No.
The Hermit's reversed, which, if the Hermit was upright, I would say, shh, stay in your cave. But
I think you have to be methodical. I think you have to have an idea or a plan, sort of. But I don't think you're like rushing towards this. I think you're just going to make your plan and move slowly towards it as you amass data or as you gain what you need here.
So that was the Knight of Coins, and then we had the Hermit reversed, which is kind of like get out and speak it, And the Five of Cups reversed also indicates to me kind of like moving, like moving forward, moving.
But doesn't it sort of say that you may find other people will come back to you, older friends?
Well, I never look at it as a return. I look at it as new opportunities when I
Okay.
get the five of, I do.
Well, old friends can bring new opportunities.
Old friends can bring new opportunities. But I sense that this needs to come out is what this is saying.
Yeah. Right. Right. Agree. Let's do the Lenormand.
Well, fact-checking, absolutely. I would definitely say yes to that. And the Knight of Coins, in a way, is kind of indicative of that, in a way. Check your facts. The Knight of Coins is kind of a studious
It's not
sort.
glamorous, but it's about truth, in a way. It's about dependability.
That's right. Let's see what we get with the Lenormand here.
There's that dog peeing on the tree again.
No, it's not.
It's a biscuit
the
for
tree.
you. It's a biscuit for you, right? Oh, wait, this isn't the biscuit. No.
It's the fox.
Sorry.
Mr. O is getting his dogs and foxes mixed up. So,
Mr. O's been a very bad boy.
no bone for him. So at any rate, the tree and the fox indicates to me that, you know what? You got to handle it a little delicately. So for sure, do your research. It's saying to come out with it, but be careful because you have to be smart, be crafty, be wise in how you handle it.
Mr. No Bone! Yes! Well, don't... We know what we're talking about.
That's awesome.
Yes.
So, good one, Gina. So that's what we have for you. Good luck with that. And hey, Destiny, are you still with us? Have you hung in there? Because you are up if you did.
Well, I can understand why Casey and you have a lot of fun, I guess. You're like a chemical reaction, and it's a good one, It's like bubbly fun.
Mr. No Bone, he's Mr. No Butt, remember? We had this conversation.
No comment. Mr. No comment. Ooh.
Oh.
And of course,
Okay.
we'll be doing one very soon and dropping that down, and it'll be our third one on that.
And maybe our last for a while, but we just felt we needed to see where things are headed now because it just seems like, there's so much craziness going on. And I don't know. I'm still playing it as safe as I can. Hey, Destiny, are you with us?
I have a feeling Destiny is not.
Well, I think we're done then. Did we have another request, though? Was Terry wanting a... Terry, are you still here?
Maybe we could do it so you would be our very last if you're here.
We'll do this for you this time. We're a little into overtime, but we'll be happy to do it. And if not, we're going to move on out and say goodbye. Oh, there you are.
Go
Okay,
right
what
ahead.
is it you needed, Terry?
So that's pretty awesome.
Oh,
Who will pay for the move?
Wow. Well, should we ask if you will pay for the move, or should we ask if they will pay for the move?
Well, we could try to intuit.
How do we want to do it? Let me think about this. Well, do you have an idea? Do we just throw 3 and see what they say?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll see if we can figure that out. Okay, Gina, take care. See you in the Twitterverse.
Keep on rocking in the free world. Throw 3. Will do.
And my cat is just sleeping here. These cards I am not happy about.
Why not? Too wide?
They're not
Too
bending
stiff?
in the way I need them to.
Oh, I thought they were pretty flexible.
I don't know. Suddenly they get stiff as a board. Now they're fine. I don't know. I just had to...
Thank you, Terry. And we're glad you came back.
All right.
Who will pay?
Well, not the Prince of Discs.
Well, we have all Mayo cards, more or less.
In a way.
We have the Prince of Discs reversed. That's like the Prince of Pentacles. And he calls it the Magus, but it's like the Magician.
The Magician reversed.
It's reversed.
Well, I guess there's a masculinity attached to the Magician, but not necessarily.
Not necessarily. And then the Prince of Cups.
We have the Prince of Cups upright. So is your...
Stiff cards and no bone. Too cute.
Good one, Terry. You know, the Prince of Discs reversed sounds like somebody who does not want to help out financially. And it sounds like a male. We've got 2 male, energies here, but not necessarily. Are they pages? So they're more...
They're more like the page, I believe. Yeah.
So they're maybe slightly immature, but the Prince of Cups is somebody who's definitely like a planner and a dreamer and, in a way is very compassionate and somebody willing to help out. So I'm not sure if we're talking about 2 different men here or, they don't necessarily have to be men.
My bad. These are more like the knights.
Oh, they're the knights.
There is a princess. Oh. I should know this. I'm sorry.
Okay. So basically... What do you want to say about it then? I'm going to let you go.
Well, you know how I feel when I have opposing court cards, especially when they're the same kind of cards. Because they're knights, they represent...
Movement.
So
it's about the move.
Right, so they are about the movement. On the one hand, the idea is that there's a lot of love here, and so maybe this is saying that you would, you should, you could... be happy to help out because of the emotional attachment of what this will mean for you.
Well, either that or maybe somebody is showing a lot of compassion and love. That's why they want to do it. But I'm not so sure they're going to be able to shell out the money. And maybe it's because they really haven't put everything in place yet to do this.
Yeah, some of this is just maybe about the overall project itself and that it's just going to really need more time and that there is sort of a sense that not every part of it is together.
Put together, yeah.
A lot of that really has to do with what the energies are that each person has. And I don't just mean psychic energies. I mean, what are the skills? What are the talents? What are the things people can bring to this equation here? And it may. You are the magician, yes. You are that person there. So you
Will
have
it take long? It might take a little while because the pentacles are kind of the slower moving cards we have here. What do you have? And why did you do that?
I just did it because I do it. But do you think a year would be too long? Was it in your idea that it could be about a year? Because I'm thinking that it's going to be at least a year.
I'm thinking it could be because Pentacles are a year or more. The Cups, on the other hand, are months, but it also could indicate autumn. So I'm going to go out on a limb and say either, if you know, it's probably going to be next year autumn.
Okay. So that's about a year and a half or so.
I mean, it might be sooner. Maybe it's possible you might get more news or more progress by this autumn, but I don't know if the move is actually going to happen before a year.
Because of the Magician, I would say that the more you are able to be forceful here, to be the director of the power, to be the person who moves along the catalyst, then the more likely things will move faster. So it's what you can bring to that. That they have a life there and they're going to help you, but you're going to have to bring more of that to the situation, and you would make the difference then. Or hopefully.
And you know, you got to remember, Terry, oftentimes, you know, things change as the energies change. The tarot is a snapshot in time, so it is possible things could rush or slow the process further. But as it looks right now, I think we're looking at about a year.
Good luck.
Good luck with that. Glad we could help you out today. And that is our show, people. We are done. So thank you for joining us, everybody. We really enjoyed spending this time with you as always. And we'll see you on Sunday from 2 to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Take care, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.